Rickey Smiley Morning Show, the most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes. Pastor Haynes, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rickey Smiley, my brother. I love you. Always good to come share with you and the Rickey Smiley Morning Show family. Rickey, wherever I go, I was in Detroit recently, and I kept running into people. I hear you on Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Rickey, you doing this thing, man. So proud of you. God bless you. Listen, today's song, Rickey, is Speak Your Name. I like this because of the fact that if you're not careful, you can move through life with no sense of expectation. You wake up every day, and every day is just like the day before. You're literally on a merry-go-round. The same thing that you saw yesterday, you're going to see today, and you don't expect anything. And listen, today I want you to get off the merry-go-round and say with Anthony Brown, I'm going to speak your name. This really is a song about expectations, and that's the word I want to give to everyone this day. Wake up every single day with the sense of expectation as you speak the name of Jesus, and I promise you, here's what will happen. Not only will you have a new sense of purpose, but you'll have power to walk in that purpose. And on top of that, you will have a sense of possibility. Let me walk through it for you. Speak your name, because when you speak the name of Jesus, the good news is that you speak God's name knowing that every day is a new day. And since it's a new day, you never know what God is going to do. You never know how God is going to come through, but you are in anticipation, on tiptoe expectancy, knowing as you speak his name, I promise you, it's a day of purpose. Since it's a day of purpose, you know your life has a mission. Your life has an assignment, and God is now going to give you the power to walk in that purpose. And when God gives you the power to walk in that purpose, you now experience new possibilities that will blow your mind. And so that's my word for the day, and that is, may today be a day of new expectation. Get off the merry-go-round and move forward in power, expecting big things from God, expecting great things from God. This is a day of purpose. This is a day of power to walk in that purpose, and therefore it's a day of brand new possibilities. Go ahead, speak his name, and live in expectation.
There it is, Pastor Haynes, man, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church. Let's get into this music. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Yes, sir. Love you, Rickey. Have a great one.
Yes, sir. You too. Let's go.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Watch our Rickey Smiley Morning Show 25 minutes after the hour. Y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey. The front page is brought to you by Crest. Crest Pro Health stops cavities before they start. Most toothpaste quit working in minutes, but the antibacterial fluoride in Crest Pro Health protects for up to 12 hours. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. A man on a Southwest Airlines flight opened an emergency exit door and climbed onto the plane's wing while the aircraft was at a gate at New Orleans Louis Armstrong International Airport. The incident took place over the holiday weekend. Deputies said the man appeared incoherent and not fully aware of his surroundings and believe he was suffering from a mental health emergency. In other news, Google plans to purge inactive accounts beginning December 1st. The company released a statement saying, if a Google account has not been used or signed into for at least 2 years, we may delete the account and its contents. Fortunately, it doesn't take much to keep your account active. Just log into it at least every 2 years. Lastly, Americans have spent $86.6 billion so far this holiday season, according to Adobe holiday shopping data. $9.8 billion was spent on Black Friday alone. The company predicts that the entire U.S. holiday season will see $221.8 billion in sales. I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's happening in news. For more on these stories and other headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
How about them Chicago Bears, man? Last night in Monday Night Football, they beat the Minnesota Vikings on a last-second field goal in a very boring game to watch, but it is what it is. They got the victory. The
Wait a minute, you said Minnesota won?
No, Chicago won last second field goal.
Did. I was watching.
12 to 10, man. You know what I'm saying?
I was watching.
The Philadelphia 76ers gave LeBron James the worst loss of his career, man. Lakers lost 138 to 94. That's 44-point deficit, man. How you let a team score 138 points, man? What kind of defense are you playing?
Game.
You said what?
That was an all-star game.
It was worse than that. Golly. But LeBron did become the league's all-time leader in minutes played, 66,319 passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There you go. What up there, Gary?
All right, y'all. People still talking about Patti LaBelle, and she revealed her secret to how she make those delicious Patti LaBelle pies, honey. She talked about the dough, honey, and people like, girl, you giving out your recipe, but they're saying it turns out, y'all, that Miss Patti LaBelle's favorite pie dough, honey, recipe involves a very common and accessible ingredient, butter-flavored Crisco, Ricky. They're saying, y'all, that some cooks make their dough with butter because they like the flavor, but it bakes into a more crumbly crust. They're saying for the flakiest pie crust, you need to use vegetable shortening or lard, but that's another story. They say because good, slow rendered lard is not that easy to find outside of farm country, honey. So that's why Miss Patty used her Crisco butter flavor. So that's good. And those pies
when she had time to sing and do concerts, all she do is bake pies all day and send them out to these stores.
Well, she was on the Griot Awards Saturday night singing Mariah Carey, so she took some time out, honey, to get out and sing, honey. So she did a good job.
That crust is important.
She has mass production.
Yeah.
So she don't bake them herself.
No, you know that.
I thought she was making all them damn. I was saying, what she had time to sing.
She made the prototype, the first one, and then they started making the rest of them like
right.
prototype.
Okay, I was worried about that.
Beluga is your color. That's the color I love. Beluga on the high and black on the low end. Brad, what you got coming up next in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, Lauryn Hill postponed told Cheryl. Up next is the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Surprise, 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 surprise.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, 28 minutes before the top of the hour. Y'all time for the hot spot. What up, Brent?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, Lauryn Hill has postponed the remaining dates of her 25th anniversary tour.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. I told you don't say that. Celebrating the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, she said, as many of you know, I've been battling serious vocal strain for the past month. She said, I made it through each show by taking prescribed prednisone, but this may be detrimental to the body when taken in large amounts over long periods of time. In order to prevent any long-term negative effect on my voice and my body, I need to take time off to allow for real vocal recovery so that I can discontinue the medication completely. She plans to make up the shows early next year. Hill is notorious for canceling shows and also showing up late, even telling the audience recently, you're saying she's late a lot. Yo, y'all lucky I make it on this blank stage every night. So...
Man, that is something to tell your audience. That took time out of their day.
That came and spent their money.
Spent a chunk of their income.
And dressed up.
Yeah, and dressed up and parking and dinner and everything. Budget. I'm talking about put you in their budget and for the audacity for you to tell them that. Man, you should never be allowed on the stage again. It's so disrespectful. I said what I said.
That wasn't nice. It wasn't
surprise,
surprise. I hate you. You know what? We gonna wrap up the hot spot on that. Do it one more time, Ricky. Coming up next, y'all, we got the wake up calls. That is up at 8669-RICKEY. That's 8669-RICKEY. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hey, listen, man, we're broadcasting live from Tampa.
Yes, right. The Vibe 101, the Vibe, man.
Listen, man, we want to thank everybody for coming out to the Improv last night. We are in Tampa, Florida right now. So excited to be here. Sold out last night.
Had a packed house on a Monday night, man.
Come
the
on.
crowd was hot. It was
sold out tonight.
Some great fans last night, man.
And I think I got a few tickets left for Thursday. I'm talking about packed out, Gary. Y'all, they was
top to bottom
calling for y'all. They was like, where Maria, where Gary, where Brett?
Yes, Lord. Yes.
I said, ain't nobody here but Special K. I said, surprise, surprise.
This ain't the morning show live. I don't know what y'all about this one.
Hey, Maria, what you got this morning?
So, we were talking a lot about that $1.35 billion Mega Millions. We were all hoping to win it, but a guy in Maine won it. And now he is suing his daughter's mother for allegedly telling his family about the win against his wishes, Ricky. Now, the man is taking legal action after winning that lottery back in January. Get this, his one-time lump sum payment allegedly gave him just over $404 million after taxes. So that's what he was walking away with. Well, 2 weeks before he claimed the prize in February, his baby mama signed a non-disclosure agreement requiring her to keep the man's lottery win a secret until their daughter turned 18 in June of 2032. Ooh. However, the woman told the man's father, stepmother, sister, and other relatives.
See? Man. That's why you don't want to win. I've been telling people on stage for years, you don't want to win the $1 billion lottery. It's too much. You get too much attention. You want to win when it's like 21 million. Then you go get your little 7 million and go on about your business. Ain't nobody even got to know.
Right.
They ain't going to report it. Ain't no news, nothing.
And
get your little lick and keep it going.
That kind of money living in the state of Maine.
Thank you. Yeah. You could buy Maine for $400 million. 37 people living in Maine. Do they even have a car dealership? I go to Boston to buy a new Bentley.
All the way up there, man. Could nobody in Atlanta?
$400 million in Maine.
Could nobody in Atlanta or Birmingham win that kind of money?
Come on, man. I'm telling you, that's too much money at one time. That's too much.
What if somebody from Decatur would have won in Atlanta or somebody in Broward County would have won?
It's going to be a whole lot of weave, eyelashes, Air Force Ones,
South Dallas,
rims,
East St. Louis.
You're going to open up 2 or 3 barbershops? I thought you just going to be doing stupid.
The barbecue. Lord, a barbershop and they sell barbecue.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Then why you keep getting
and they
clothes?
keep kids in the back.
They keep getting hair in the food. You can redo the Dallas Zoo for that kind of money.
You can buy some real animals.
Say what?
You can buy some real animals.
Gary.
Yes.
The world is changing. The more it stays the same.
Yeah.
Life is full of small surprises. It's a never-ending game.
Come on.
Nothing is impossible.
Bring it up, Dave.
You believe your eyes.
Brand new.
Everybody.
From the brat.
It brings a smile. That's a big surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Hey.
The unexpected hits you between the eyes. The unpredictable. That's the surprise you see.
Gary.
Beautiful.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise, baby.
Hold it! Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day, Gary.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. People are still talking about rapper T.I.'s son, King, y'all. And they're saying the fight he got in with his beautiful mother and his dad, honey, recently at a football game. Now they're saying, y'all, we all know that T.I., honey, and his loving wife, Tiny, they love their children, honey. They all went to a recent Falcons game the other day, y'all, and they said, honey, it was almost like an unfortunate thing. Now they're saying, it's being reported, y'all, that T.I., both T.I. and Tiny, y'all, it was a very situation that people wonder, like, really what's wrong? And this is how it all went down. Now, they're saying, y'all, that Little King, honey, he was talking about, that he was from the hood. Now, we all know that T.I., he's a stand-up comedy. He's dabbling in stand-up comedy. And they're saying he began joking, y'all, with his beautiful son, King, growing up, y'all, with a silver spoon in his mouth. Now, they said that triggered King, honey, who is 19 years old, and they're saying that the teenager started arguing with his dad. Now, T.I. stayed calm, but they say he remained firm, y'all, with the young man. Now, King continued to become more agitated, at the point where he lashed out, y'all, and inadvertently, y'all, pushed his beautiful mother, Tiny. Now, they're saying that was all y'all that T.I. could take, honey. And they said he immediately grabbed his son and restrained him in a headlock. Now, eventually, they said everyone calmed down, and they're saying that the family eventually went home. But it's still so much going on about the story, saying how, he talked bad to his dad, King, talked bad to his dad and stuff like that, and how they kind of got into a little squabble or whatever. But the question is, though, I mean, if the child said he grew up in the hood, he grew up in the hood. Don't y'all think? He said he grew up in the hood. I mean, we don't know if he was living in a beautiful mansion that they live in now when he was born. So he probably was born somewhere else, and then they eventually moved to the mansion.
No, I don't think. I mean, Tip been hot for more than 19 years. So I think there's some layers to this story that we probably need to dig into.
We're going to definitely break it down.
It's more than
later.
what's on the surface. You know what I mean? As a parent, trust me, when you got multiple kids, you always have that one that's going to try you.
You think?
In different ways. Yeah, it always seems like it falls out that way.
Yeah, because a lot of people are feeling bad for Lil' King because, I mean, he said he grew up in the hood and he knew what the hood was. And, I mean, if you live in Buckhead compared to Bankhead, Buckhead may be the hood.
T.I. was right. You didn't wake up. He ain't woke up now morning with a roach in his ear.
Yeah.
He fine.
Yeah, ain't never qualified for Section 8.
Yeah, well, I mean, but perception is some folks' reality, so he may have thought it was, but we're going to get into that later. We're going to talk about this later on the show, but I feel bad for Po King because if he knew he grew up in the hood, he grew up in the hood, because I like to say I didn't grow up in the hood, but because I didn't want to live in the hood, but it was
he has siblings, and they didn't have the same experience. They all grew up together. We saw them grow up on reality TV, so it's
but
hard to understand where he's coming from.
Maria, they're trying to claim that he grew up over his grandma's house. And somehow he only ended up over there when they were shooting. What is it? The Hustle.
Family Hustle.
Family Hustle.
Oh wow.
Which I don't believe, because I always saw King with them everywhere they went. Every time we saw him. So that's crazy.
Well, we're gonna follow this story and see if he grew up in the hood or not, because this is what he said. This is what he said. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Tyrese is back. Now he's still fussing and arguing with his beautiful ex-wife to be Miss Samantha Gibson, honey. Tyrese is letting everybody know, honey. He said that Samantha faked the marriage, honey, just to get the bag and become a star. And he's putting out there he wants his last name back. He does not want Samantha to wear the name Gibson. He said because, honey, she wants to be a star. And, he said that she wants to be famous and she wants to clout. And she had a whole baby and faked a whole marriage, he said, to get the bag, y'all. And that is so sad. I feel so sorry for Samantha, honey.
Can he force her to do that?
No.
To take his last name off of her?
Not really. Why would he want this woman to give back her last name, his last name, and she got a child with the last name?
Well,
that's like
but if she disrespected him and she hate his guts and all, like he said, if you hate my guts, then give me my name back.
Well, how you know
he's doing this wrong?
He just saying that Tyrese staying in the damn news and arguing and fighting with that woman. She probably don't hate his guts. She probably loved him and stuff, but she probably just didn't love his ways and staying in the press like he does now.
You ain't gonna hit him up for $20,000 a month.
The child needs to eat, and the child needs to wear clothes.
$20,000 a month, Gary?
How much he eat?
What kind of baby food that is?
Not just baby food. Y'all remember we had this discussion before. My child needs to live the same lifestyle that I'm living.
That's still ain't $20,000 a month for a child.
Right.
Well, too bad. He needs to pay her money, which he said now she's not going to get that money. And stuff.
Listen at the entitlement in that statement.
He said she makes almost $160,000 a year on her own.
Okay. And with her $20,000 a month,
that's going to be just fine.
No, because she got to pay for child support. If they living in an affluent area, she got to continue living in the area. That child can't live just like this child here. Just say he was growing up in the damn.
They can find him a nice house in Atlanta, for
Hateville or East Point.
Right. You find a nice house that the child can live in, and it ain't. It don't have to be like Section 8, but she can a townhouse.
But when Tyrese drive up his damn Rolls Royce to her townhouse, that's not going to match the neighborhood. So she needs to live in a
marriage work.
Yeah, well, he should have acted right, allegedly.
Sometimes being married to come with benefits.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, but my thing, he should have thought about that when he married her, too. He knew.
Yeah, well, a lot of times we don't know when they're going to act up.
Well, y'all need to date them longer.
I've been married, too. I couldn't see. If I would have saw in the future, I never would have did it.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure she say the same thing. My thing is this, though, with this last name thing. That's not a good look, honey. He coming up to school. The child mama come to school. Oh, Miss Gibson, and your last name Jones. They just don't match. They need to have the same last name, and I just think that's a good look for the child. So So, no, she shouldn't give back the name. When I took my daddy damn name to give it your name, so my daddy said, give me back my name. So, let her keep her name.
When you leave your job, you got to give back that key card. So, you don't get to just come. You don't just. If you get fired from this show, you don't just get to hang out at the radio station no more.
Yeah, how many times, Gary, you remember when you got fired at the radio station, you hit that key card and that light was red, and you was texting everybody telling them you couldn't get in, and everybody was sitting here looking at each other when you got fired when we was working at the other radio station.
Whatever. Well,
you went up there and swiped that key, that baby was red.
Whatever, man. That's all right, but now she green. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite. My color today is beluga. On the high end, you say beluga, and on the low end, you say beautiful black. That's your color for the day, honey. Y'all can go to hell.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the team. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 23 minutes after the hour. I got the wake up call. 8669 Rickey, here we go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Get it together. Woke you up this morning, slid you in your house. Shoes up would be better. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know where you calling from? So come on and tell them. Just wake up.
Well, I'm Chris McKeon. I live in Lenore City, Tennessee. Mom has a birthday tomorrow. I'm going to wish her a happy birthday. She's 80. She'll be 81 tomorrow. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I tell all my family in Akron, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia, Tuscaloosa, Huntsville, Alabama. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning. This is Leone calling from Charleston, South Carolina. Wake up to Mabel Turn in the Pretty People Club. Wake up.
Wake up, wake up. If you listening on your radio, there's a whole gang of cities tuned in. Lock in. What's yours? Because we gon' let them know. Let them know when you at Richmond. Wake up. In Little Rock. Wake up. In Tulsa. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Flint. Wake up. In Toledo. Wake up. Des Moines. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, I appreciate it, Brad.
You're welcome, Ricky.
We are broadcasting live from Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, the Vibe 1015. We can't be playing this. We can't celebrate this. We ain't playing R. Kelly no more.
Right. You got to take about the play.
We're not going to play Bump and Grind.
Brad, you know we should be playing. Why we don't play Lifestyle? What was the song we used to play with the station?
Lifestyle.
Why
Rich
we
Gang.
can't play that? Who is that?
Rich Gang featuring Young
Why
Thug.
we can't? That is one of my favorite songs. Why we can't play that? Brad used to jump on there and be singing the hook. That song is like our morning show. That was our morning show theme back then.
Yes, sir.
Can we play that today, please? Please. We just sat up here and played Puffy. Puffy got all this stuff out here, and we playing him.
Grammys done banned him.
Yeah, right?
And we still sitting up here playing.
Celebrating him like he...
No. And everybody know he did. Oh, God. Because ain't nobody woke up and just said he did all this stuff. Come on now. And we just got through playing it now. They talking about... Okay. All right. We sure could have played Rich Game.
Yeah.
Instead of playing that, take that out and put Rich Game
That's
in
one
there.
thing about this morning show. We had conversations on air that a lot of them wait till after the show to talk about.
Right.
We're going to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
We know y'all thinking it, so we're going to say it.
Yeah, we're about to talk about we're gonna go into stuff with stuff that's going on with T.I. and King. But first, Special K finally took his wife and kids out to the Dallas Zoo, and I had took my grandson. I tried to tell him to go. I said, hey, bruh, I said, fly in the DFW airport. But he flew into Love Field Airport and went to the Dallas Zoo instead of flying into DFW Airport, where you had access to the Fort Worth Zoo. Yeah. But
so the Fort Worth Zoo and the Dallas Zoo is a difference for the guys out there listening that's in the hood. Like it's the difference between being in the state pen and being at a FCI, Federal Correctional Institution. Yeah.
Rock, you live closer to the Fort Worth Zoo or the Dallas Zoo?
Fort Worth Zoo.
Yeah. There you go.
See, the Dallas Zoo got they got struggle animals. They don't have real animals.
There's a difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference from the Dallas Zoo to the Fort Worth Zoo. They got fake tigers. A damn Great Dane with stripes painted on them. Like ain't nobody gonna notice that's a dog. And I already told y'all about the Rottweiler with the lion wig, and to see in the wig, it look. Y'all remember Whitney Houston album cover where she had the big hair on the Whitney album? That's what that lion looked like. He got that same wig on.
So the lion bark, don't roar.
The little reptile section, they got an alligator. They got an old alligator that don't have no teeth. They can let the kids get in there and swim with the alligator because he can't hurt them. Because even if he bite him, he can't do nothing but gum them. And it don't really hurt. They just feel pressure. They don't be. They got llamas with short necks. How you got a llama with a short neck? Damn, llama look like Roland Martin. How you got a llama with a short neck? Rock, even in the petting zoo. How you can't get real animals at the petting zoo? How you gonna have fake sheep? That's not no real sheep. That's a goat. That's a goat with an S curl. Got a goat with a damn, put S curl all over these goats. Little ass elephant. I got an elephant weigh 190 pounds. Elephant weigh the same as Floyd Mayweather. How the hell is an elephant?
Wait a minute, the elephant weigh how much?
190.
Wait a minute.
They got fake chimpanzees. They ain't no damn chimp. Them some crackheads wearing monkey masks from Party City. Got a hog painted gray talking about it's a hippopotamus. That damn hippopotamus, that's a pig. What the hell is wrong with y'all?
The pig is a hippo.
Then they talking about they got a turtle exhibit. They got some possums walking around with motorcycle helmets. Ain't no damn sea turtle.
Gary!
That's a possum with a motorcycle helmet.
Jesus. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, I'm crying.
We love the zoo.
Woo.
Oh.
So basically what you said.
And then they got the nerve to be online selling memberships. Nobody trying to be a member of that damn Dallas Zoo.
So basically you said go to the Fort Worth Zoo.
Yeah, go to Fort Worth Zoo.
Don't go to Dallas Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
What the hippopotamus look like, dog?
What the hippopotamus look like? Eh?
It's a hog. It's a big hog. They done spray painted them gray. They put that. They done took them. You know what? You get your car wrapped that. They done went and wrapped that hog.
Let's go to the phone, John. Let's go to the phone. Good morning.
Hey, Rick.
Darius, what Black Tony?
Black Tony still taking care of some business, man.
Wait, hold on. Black Tony had you to call in for him. Or are you supposed to be working for him? Which one?
No, he told me before Thanksgiving and that he wasn't gonna be in today, and I done messed around and. Oh, my God. First of all, this got a lot to do with you, Rick.
Wait a minute. Look, hold on. You filling in for Black Tony got the day off.
Yeah. Yes, but that ain't on him. Sometimes you got to hold accountability. It's kind of on you. Do you know how influential you are, Ricky?
What you mean?
I was looking, I left my page up, comedian Darius Bradford, and I saw your thing, and you have made some seafood dressing or something. Didn't you do some with the leftovers?
Yeah, the seafood dressing for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but you can't. Everybody don't understand that because my gal done went too far. It's Tuesday, Rick, and she done tried to reflip and remodify that Thanksgiving food. You got to throw that stuff away, man. And I'm up at this doctor. I had to come to this to the hospital. I think I got a virus. She done tried to mix it up too much. She done made some dressing croquettes, and you can't do that with certain food and try to use it. So 4 days later.
Yeah.
So you're at the hospital now.
Yeah, I'm in the hospital because they said I had a virus because you're supposed to throw that food away after a couple of days. And she done made some macaroni muffins and that stuff. You can't.
So she just took all the leftovers and made some kind of croquettes with it.
And you can't do that with that food. And then she done let that cranberry melt and then done made a cranberry juice. And that stuff, you can't.
And your dumb butt ate it.
Well, no, that was because you had that damn seafood stuff, and people was like, that's what you got to do. You got to stretch food. I saw Rickey Smiley stretching it and done made some.
Don't put that on me. Bro, the dressing that I made with the seafood in it was fresh. That was lump crab meat and shrimp on top.
you got to do small caption and say only after one day. It's 4 days later, and she done made me some damn sweet potato fries out there, sweet potato pie. Done remixed it, and I knew them fries.
So
was right.
What hospital? What are you in the hood? What hospital are you in? Are you in St. Louis?
Yeah, I'm in St. Louis because I came to see my family because I wasn't invited to Florida.
Oh God! Don't start with that. Look,
ain't that something? You want somebody to go to work everywhere else. That's why you got that damn seafood suffering from you down there with fresh fish, and you're down there and letting your mind get too creative.
So what did this have to do with you not coming to? So you in the hospital? You say you have a hospital? We need to have what your paper?
Yeah, you gotta have that little wristband. You need to send a picture with that little wristband on from the hospital.
My wrist swole. They ain't give me one.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Hey, what up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Allegedly, she was abandoned and love don't live there anymore. Who am I talking about, y'all? Miss Tiana Taylor and her husband, Mr. Iman Shumpert, y'all. After 7 glorious years of marriage and 2 children, y'all, they're saying they called it quits, honey. And now Tiana is speaking out, baby. They say she's pulling out all the stops against her estranged husband, Iman Shumpert, in her attempt to primary custody of their 2 children, with accusing her husband of failing out to care for their daughters when they are in his custody. And they're saying in the documents obtained by Radar Online, they're saying Taylor claimed that they appear to be disheveled and not fed properly when they are with her ex-NBA husband Star. Now they're saying, according to Ms. Taylor, she has been the primary caretaker of the party's minor children since their births, and that it would be in the best interest of said minor children for a petitioner, y'all, to be awarded temporary and permanent primary physical custody of said minor children. Now, she listed, y'all, several allegations, including that her daughter, Junie and Rue, appear to be disheveled, honey, and are not fed properly, claiming that Shumpert is not attentive to the children's needs. And she also accused her ex of having a reckless disregard, honey, for the safety and well-being of their kids. Now, the 2 shocked the world when they announced their separation in October, 8 months after she privately, y'all, filed for divorce. Isn't that sad? And they seem to be the happiest couple.
I hate it.
But you know what, Ricky?
I'm so happy for her, man. She's so sweet and so nice. Brett, you ever met?
Of course.
Yes, you know Tiana.
That's my girl, yeah.
Yeah, when I tell you she is so nice and loving and fun to be around.
Yes, she is.
I don't know how you let somebody like that get away, boy.
Yeah, but
it's
a
letting
sad
the good ones
thing,
get away. That'd be the crazy part. You get you a good woman, man. Just let them get away for nothing, because it ain't nothing out here. Nothing.
You can't be happy all the time, though. When you be happy all the time, there's a lot of pressure to stay happy all the time. You got to have drama in your relationship.
Shut up.
I'm telling you. That's why me and my wife been together so long. Man, she be hitting me. She done throw my phone out the car on the highway. Like, that's why we can't break up. We toxic.
Right. That's a good thing. Just shut up.
That's a good thing.
The toxicity that keeps us together.
Right.
Well, it's a sad situation, though, honey, because I feel sorry for both of these parties. But, you know, and I've never been in just dire love or just in deep love like these people profess to be in, and how they show us in the public. But they gonna get back together. We got hated when they talk about each other and do all this stuff.
You
we
think
just
they
had
gonna
2.
Get back together?
We just had 2 couples. Look at Tamar and her damn man. They was carrying on, talking about each other in the public, and look, they was just seen together the other day, honey, at the game. They was just
but
talking.
Gary,
about
that's good. That's a good thing. If you break up and get back together, there's nothing wrong with that.
Which one is
with that?
Is
so
it
did y'all
Tia or
ask Tamar?
Tamara?
Because y'all work with Tamar every day on Dish Nation. Did y'all ask her were they back together?
Yeah, well, we talked about it yesterday, and she just said, she just smiled and about it and stuff. And Tia and Tamara, which one is Tia or Tamara? One of the one is married to the
Tia Mowry.
Tia Mowry, look at Tia Mowry. Her and that damn man, she threw him out in the streets, honey. He was on a bus stop carrying on how he took her money allegedly and did all kinds of, look at them back together. She was waiting for Thanksgiving.
She back with him?
Yes.
Well, they spent the holiday together, but sometimes you don't realize what you got until they gone.
Well, yeah, sometimes you don't. So that's why you need to watch what you say about that person when y'all separating in the public here. Because now we looking at you crazy. When you just said, honey, he was an itsy bitsy teeny weeny. Now you're back with it.
And it feels so good. good.
Yeah, so, but it's a sad situation. So we just going to pray for all parties,
We're
honey.
gonna get
Just
some
hopefully
Peaches and Herb t-shirts for everyone.
Yeah, everybody needs to get one, y'all. And then my final story, y'all, Jordan and Kylie, y'all, you know, they was friends. They broke up because of Tristan. I mean, you know, what he did, honey, to with Jordan. Now they back together. They friends. We ain't never broke up.
So what is
friendship,
this, a
honey.
get back together team?
Look at Nelly and Ashanti. Sometimes
Yeah,
you
look
gotta
at Nelly and
miss-
Ashanti. Yeah,
you
he
gotta
did.
miss what you got, and then you want it back.
Yeah, but you can't come back to me
till
once
they
you
start
gone.
doing what they did. Then you forgot why y'all broke up. Be like, no wonder I love her. She start.
But sometimes that second time around be the magic, you know.
Well, they said the second time around is always better than the first time, but honey, honey, after you done went dug up and everybody.
Time around.
You need
But
to go on and
anyway,
text BE.
Yeah.
What?
He need to go on and text BEJ. BE James, you need to go on and text him. And say,
No.
so I was just
Gary, you
thinking
think
about
y'all
you
get
this
back
morning.
together, Gary?
If you go to the dentist, yeah. But the Kahlua day, in front of our favorite Kahlua. My Kahlua day is beluga. On the high end, you say beluga, and on the low end, you say beautiful black.
Gary
That's
don't
your
knock
Kahlua
his
for the day.
teeth out.
BEJ got jacked up teeth, Gary.
I can't breathe. Gary, you just must have recently seen him. Oh, y'all got tears in my eyes. Oh, you said you go to the dentist. No, you can't talk about it. You can't say that on the air.
I just said it.
You gonna have folks blowing that man phone up, talking about what happened to your teeth.
My Lord.
Oh, all right, y'all. Oh, Lord, trying to read this thing with tears coming down my eye. I can't even see.
You better wipe it. That's
Somebody
our
hit me in the
check
mouth
here.
with a pipe.
You said what, Kay?
He said somebody hit me in the mouth with a pipe.
Gary's.
So you got mugged? No, it wasn't that. Yeah, let's go on.
Thank you, Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate.
Oh, man.
Gary done knocked it out.
Say what, bro?
Gary done knocked his teeth out.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
Over the weekend, T.I. and his son King Harris were involved in a heated argument regarding the teenagers' silver spoon upbringing while they were attending the Atlanta Falcons game. Now, the whole situation allegedly started when T.I. and King began disagreeing over King's upbringing, stating that he grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Now, T.I. then questioned his son about the experience of being subjected to poor living conditions, while Tiny then chimed in asking did he ever have a roach crawl in his ear. Now, King interjected by claiming that he often spent time at his grandmother's house instead of his parents' home and often got into fights as a child.
Here's a clip. All right,
So during the confrontation, I got it, Rick. During the confrontation, after King inadvertently pushed his mom, I didn't know that. Tiny Harris, things got physical as T.I. put King in a headlock and told his son, "You embarrassing yourself and your family. Boy, you can't do nothing with me," he says, while others attempt to defuse this altercation before the Instagram Live ended. Ooh.
Yeah, now the teen then alluded to being told his birth was a mistake, while again accusing his father of fabricating an image, saying, "If I'm a mistake, say that and stop making the world think you rock with me when you don't."
All right, here's a clip right here.
Have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?
Period. No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. So there it goes.
Or in your ear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got some in the neighborhood with me that broke up with roach in your ear. Y'all want to go to the bando in my neighborhood? Do y'all want to go to the bando? Do y'all want to go to the bando? To make him look better, he said it. He know not true. Silver spoon. I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Yeah. Brett, what are your thoughts? And then we come into this from a respect because we are close to T.I. and Tiny. They are personal friends of ours.
I think they were all joking, and he got offended. I think the king got offended. He shouldn't have got offended, and then he just started taking it far to the left where it shouldn't have went.
But I think there's some other layers to this, and coming from
He still should have shut his mouth. That's
right.
His that's his mother.
There's
and
never
his
an
father.
excuse to disrespect your parents, especially in public. Coming from a background where you had, as a father, I've had difficult situation raising one of my kids. You know, and things, a lot of times, I think there's some other stuff going on beneath the surface between him and his parents that they probably need to deal with in some type of family therapy.
But
you don't disrespect your parents.
Damn right.
You don't talk to your dad like that. You don't talk to your dad and say
or
the
your
things
mama.
he said, or your mama. You don't do that.
Your mama trying to quiet you down and let you know, hey, shut up, and you still talking.
And guess what? And when she says shut up, that's the end of it.
That's the end of it.
Because when I watched that video clip, when Tamar Braxton mama told her to be quiet.
Hello?
On Ayanla. She said, you say one more word, I got you. And that's a grown woman sitting there now.
Yes.
And she got quiet. See, Kay, this thing is about respect.
Yes,
right.
Lord, yes.
And I don't care what nobody say. We give the kids, this generation, they get to do whatever they want to do. They get to say whatever they want to say. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Okay, if a kid wake up and want to eat Skittles for breakfast, now we got to let them have whatever they want, as opposed to what I say. I had to tell my grandson, son, you don't ask for, is what I put down. Right. Whatever I put down for you to eat, you bless it and eat it.
There's a line you can't cross.
You damn right.
As a child, there's a line you can't cross, period, point blank.
And even though they use the word inadvertently, when you pushing your mama, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, you don't put your hands on your mama. You don't act like I don't care. Even if they wrong, you don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You got to take it.
I had to have a real conversation with my mom, right? About how I was feeling about some stuff. And I went to the airport, and I had my head in my lap, and I was crying because I was so scared that my tone. Listen to me now. I know I didn't go off on my mom.
Right.
It was just a tough conversation we had to have. But I had my head in my lap because I was so scared deep down in my heart and my soul. And I had to call my mama back to make sure that my tone was respectful and in place. And I did not raise my voice. I just want to make sure that my tone was appropriate. And if it was not appropriate, I apologize. My mama said, no, you didn't say nothing wrong. And your tone was very respectful because I don't know why I was so scared. I'm sitting at the airport. I'm a grown-ass man, but I was scared.
Because, deep down there's a line you just don't cross as a child to a parent. I don't care if you 19 or if you 59, there's a line you don't cross when it comes to talking to your parents, period,
I think,
point blank.
Special K, you brought up a good point about maybe there is some need to have a conversation in the background. There's a quote that says, every obnoxious act is a cry for help. And maybe there's something going on with him that makes him feel disconnected from the family. And just from my perspective as a parent, if me healing some trauma between me and my child is at the expense of being embarrassed publicly, I don't mind because my family comes first. My family, it comes before everything. And so I hope that, they heal, and I hope everything gets sorted out. I hope that King understands the seriousness of his actions and the impact that it has, not only on T.I. and Tiny, but also his siblings.
This ain't the first time King has done something like this, and they probably told him several times. I've witnessed T.I. telling him, chill out, whatever, trying to give him advice on what to and what not to do. He's decided to do whatever he wants to do. And it's disrespectful. And you need to figure out how to listen. Whether you need counseling or not, you still need to shut up and listen to your parents.
I mean, bottom line. And I'm going to say this right here.
I think we can all agree
say this right here.
Yeah.
I don't care what all y'all, everybody that's out here listening to us in the car, at the end of the day, honor
thy mother
and thy father, that thy days may be long.
Come on now.
Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Just that part right there, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. How about I didn't open up a Bible? How about I got that memorized? That's embedded in my heart. You don't put your hands on your mama.
Oh, I didn't even know that part.
You don't push up. You don't push up or buck up against your dad.
You don't.
Do you understand that?
You don't.
And what is he trying to prove by going live on Instagram? Even if he was already live when this started, he should have got off.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't care. the scariest thing in the world for me, and I done lived this, and I done seen this. I done seen my grandparents sitting on the front row crying, burying their son, which was my dad, because he did not honor. It's serious. We can't do this. I don't care how mad you get or how, even if they wrong, you can't.
They dead wrong.
You got to have a certain level of humility and have respect for your parents, man. God is watching. Honor your mother and your father, period, point blank, bottom line. We pray for them. T.I. is my brother. Tiny is my sister. We sit at the table and break bread. We eat chicken and dumplings together.
Yeah.
And I love them. I love them like a brother and a sister. Anything we ask Tip and Tiny to do, they always come through for us. We are personal friends that we all grew up in this industry together. And King is like a nephew to us. We saw him when he was a baby. And we just hate this.
Yeah.
I just hate it because it's affecting me.
I would love to talk to King, like for real, from another male mentor type situation.
He's not gonna want to listen to you though. He don't want to listen. He's in his own way. Like he's in his own way.
And that be the scary part right there. When they get to a point where they don't want to listen. When my grandmama pointed at my dad, and she told me this a long time ago before she died. She said, "Baby, you got death on you." She pointed at him. She told him, she said, "Baby, you got death on you." When an old person point at you and say, "I'm gonna turn you over into the hands of the Lord,"
you better go to church.
You better go to church to get your life right with God, and get some of that, whatever you got in you, out of you, and get right with God and get yourself together, man. Because if God take his hands off you, man, I'm telling you, the worst thing we don't want to see Tip and Tiny go through what I done been through and what my grandparents done been through. We done been through this stuff. And it's horrible. All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. What up, Jeff?
You know, the most important thing that I think I've ever done is be a parent. And I've got 5 kids, 24, 21, 20, 6, and 5. So I've been doing this a long time. And I just when I saw this Tip and Tiny and King thing, like my heart just is in knots. My stomach is in knots. My heart is breaking because, one, I just don't think any family should ever have to have a crisis moment that goes public. Like I don't think all of us, I don't care who we are, have had a moment with our kids, with a spouse, with a loved one that we don't want the public to see because in some cases, all of us are not in our best spaces. So that's number one. Number two, I really was listening to you all talk about this notion of how kids got to get their stuff together, how you never talk to your child, you never talk to your parents this way, you never do your parents this way. Man, we already know, and I think Brad said it, this is not the first time that kind of thing happened. Like this is something that has been ongoing. And I think that one of the things that's really hard for parents is sometimes we evolve to a place, and the moment we evolve to a place where we become our best selves, then we have to deal with the trauma our kids have from us not being our best self. And that's not an indictment against Tip and Tiny. I think that's all of us. How many of us as parents have been in a place where we evolve beyond some of our stuff, we evolve to another level, but our babies are now a reflection of who we were before we evolved. Right. And that's why this whole counseling piece is so important, because King is crying out for help on a whole lot of levels. And no, it doesn't justify. But I know I deal with that with my own older sons. I know friends of mine that deal with that with their kids. And I think as parents, sometimes our parental ego and the parents we were raised by gets in the way of the healing process that has to happen. No, it don't make these babies right. Right. Yes, they need to be checked when they're out of pocket. Yes, they need to be told there's a way to do things and not do things. But that on its own doesn't bring healing. That just brings accountability. And we got to decide as parents, are we interested in both? Are we interested in ensure that our kids have accountability, especially our older kids, and that they have healing? Or are we only interested in them being accountable?
I'm going through it right now, Jeff.
Yeah, listen, man. I put my parents through it, though, right? So I think about the challenges I have with my 21 and my 20-year-old sons. I'm raising myself.
Yep.
And so the question for me is, do I do the same thing that my parents did that was the best they knew how to do? Or do I learn from what both I was and who my parents were, understand my parents did the best that they could, but there were things they didn't know, that my kids are me in a lot of ways dealing with stuff that I don't really understand. And as much as I'm having a difficult time with the accountability piece, I need to make sure that my kids understand that I love them and that I want to understand them, not just hold them accountable. And it ain't easy, man, at all. Like Kay, how you managing it?
I mean, it's an ongoing process. Me and Rick talked about this. It's just been ongoing for me for the last 15 or so years with my oldest son. You know what I mean? And we're in a better place now than we've ever been. But, you know, it's always just one wrong word away from, you know, going left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's an ongoing process that I don't know if we'll ever, you know, fully get to a point of, you know, where it's all good. But as a parent, you don't know how to handle it. Even as an adult child, I got a issue that I'm trying to deal with my own mother. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
my own, it's like, and I'm grown, and we got an issue that we need to deal with.
Yeah. But ain't nobody teach us this. Like, so it's like our parents came from a generation where they didn't talk about nothing half the time. They held it all in, and it shortened their life in some cases. It created greater stress, but they were taught hold stuff down. As long as I hold it down, as long as the kids can get to school, as long as they got clothes, as long as there's food, as long as they're taken care of, then I've done everything I'm supposed to do. And I got to a point, man, where I realized I was taking care of my kids, but I wasn't creating safety for them. So, yes, the bills was paid. Yes, I took care of this. Yes, the tuition was paid. Yes, I was a different kind of father than my father was, but I still didn't know all the stuff they weren't getting from me. And I could be mad about that all I want to. They still there like, Daddy, I didn't get this from you. And Kay, when you talk about conversations we have to have with our mothers in particular, like I love my mom, and I still know there's conversations we haven't had. Right. But I love the growth that we're having now because she opens to me, I open up to her in ways that you don't have when you're younger sometimes. And sometimes we got to help our parents. I know my daughter in particular, man, if it wasn't for my daughter, there's stuff about myself I wouldn't know. So it's sometimes it's just about how as parents do we say, yes, you got to be accountable. Yes, I got to cut you off to a degree. Yes, I got to make sure you do what you're supposed to do. But at the same time, I love you. I'm here for you. I'm willing to listen to anything you have to say. Sometimes I won't even say nothing because I know as soon as I open my mouth, it's going to be the wrong thing. So sometimes I'm just going to listen. So it doesn't mean we got to choose one or the other because I got problems with these people that are so emotionally intelligent that there's no discipline. That's not the way to go either.
But Jeff, you said something about sometimes you got to cut them off, and that's the tough part. That's that tough love part of distancing yourself from your grown kids, and you got to let them kind of live their lives and make their own choices. And sometimes those choices can lead to mistakes, and life has to teach them sometimes. And all we can do is just kind of pray from a distance that God is watching over them, and then hopefully eventually they come back around, and then you can start rebuilding that relationship again.
No, I'm struggling with it now because you're right, you got to, but I miss the relationship, and I miss the things that providing for them brought. But I know that in the end of the day, it's not serving them. So I mean, I think what I love about this right here is I hear a lot of women have these conversations all the time. I don't hear dads have them all the time. And I know dads that are man, they are revolutionary in comparison to what their fathers were. But they struggling and they don't always have a place to talk. So I love the organizations like the Dad Gang and others, man, who create spaces for fathers in particular to be able to have these tough discussions when they struggling. Because they've been making the whole thing up from the day they started.
And you know what?
I think about my own.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff. I just wanted to.
No, Maria, go, please.
No, just as a mother, and I think about my relationship with my mom. I know for me, there is a line between the desire to be respectful and also the desire to say how things that she did to me and how she wasn't there for me hurt me and shaped me as the mother I am today and has given me that struggle. So it's really hard to balance that because you want to be respectful, but you also don't want to suppress your feelings, you know?
Right. That's why I think letters are the best. Like sometimes we can sit with love and write a letter in ways that sometimes frustration and fear leads in the conversation. And so sometimes writing a letter to a parent to let them know where you are, it's also sometimes easier for them. Because like parents are like, yo, you know what I did to make sure you got to where you are and you coming to me with this?
Yeah.
Because
I used to
it's
do
like
that,
I gave you everything. I gave you everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes they just need a. I'm sorry, Gary.
No, I was just saying, I used to write my parents letters. When I had problems with them, I used to write them a letter. My therapist told me to do that, so that's what really got me.
It's easier than looking at them face to face.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, you don't want them to cry because that's gonna make you feel bad, and then now you start changing your words of how you feel, how you really feel, and trying not to, to make them cry, or whatever.
And
but
some people cry as a manipulation tool.
Absolutely.
Emotional manipulation.
You can't have the conversation, but one thing about a letter, Gary, they can't argue with a piece of paper. They have to sit there and read it or not read it. Period, point blank. But it's really hard between creating space between you and your adult child. I'm going through it right now, and it's sad, it's hurtful. You're scared to lose, another child that you don't think is going down the right path. And I had to cut off some nieces and some nephews as well for disrespectful behavior. And I just have to get on my knees and ask God to protect them and cover them with his blood and just keep them safe from harm, because I don't want to go through that again. But everything that we did, going out having a good time or whatever, is killing this generation. The things that we were able to do and get away with, it's killing them. Something as simple as just going out to a nightclub or whatever is taking them out. They drinking and taking pills and doing whatever. And man, it's just not safe. And as a consequence of them getting whatever they want, they're dying from it. I'm talking about by the thousands. I'm talking about not just one city, all cities. And you got grandkids now. You're trying to protect your peace. And I don't know, Jeff. It's almost like I just don't know. Like I'm really going through it, like right now.
Yeah.
So it's just an awkward relationship. You try not to cuss them out. Try to be respectful. I ain't gonna say this, ain't gonna say that, and then you can't say a damn thing.
And a lot of times, Rick, we in it by ourselves. And it's like as much as I know you got people around you, you don't always call people and say, yo, here's where I'm at. This is what I'm dealing with. Let me run this by you. What you think about this? Here's what they said. I know I'm in the same place sometimes. And because we are good dads and because we do love our babies, sometimes we think that's enough, but it ain't. We need help.
And we all just trying.
Yeah.
We all just trying. And people shouldn't be so quick to throw away or to say things like, well, Tip and Tiny ain't good parents or this kid is a bad kid. Like, it's all complicated, and we all trying just to do the best we can.
When stuff hits the public, that's why when stuff hits the public, it's always hard. Because you don't have no context for this, man. This their whole life.
Right.
Their whole life in one IG Live. You don't know nothing about what they've been through, who they are, what they struggle with, what they've overcome, what they're working on right now. And
it don't matter that they're rich and famous. It don't matter. The parenting, it don't even matter.
Well, sometimes that's worse and harder. Well, let me not say that, because I know some people like, man, I want that kind of harder. But the point is, man, when you live your life in the public, that is always harder, because you often, you often don't grow as much because you're trying to protect yourself and you hide stuff. Growing up in the public is always difficult, and their whole family has grown up in the public. And so it's so many things we don't understand about that. But my biggest takeaway, man, if I could say anything, like dads, moms alike, find a tribe of fathers, find a tribe of mothers where you could be transparent and have these conversations. And we all know coming to this, we ain't perfect. So it ain't nobody coming to the table as a parent like, I've got it all figured out. Because the moment I hear that, you a lie. I mean, parenting is an operation in failure every single day because you're trying stuff you've never tried before and you've never seen before. And that's what makes it beautiful. But our babies need us to not only be strong and hard, but they need to know that we are human, that we have a heart, that we see their heart, and that we see them even as we hold them accountable.
That's it. Jeff, let everybody know how you could be reached. That was good. That's a good conversation today, and thank you for that.
Nah, it was just on my heart, man. Thank you for letting me run with it. Y'all hit me at Jeff's Nation on IG. Yeah, I just love y'all, man. I appreciate this so much.
News headlines. Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 26 minutes after the hour. Got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. The front page is brought to you by Olay. Smooth skin starts with Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash. Try Olay Body Wash with hyaluronic and powerful complex of vitamin B3. See the difference with Olay. Good
Maria,
morning, RSMS.
Let's talk about that for a second. I actually been using that for years.
Have you?
Hell yeah. I swear, I got a little small bottle. You know, you get the little travel ones from Walgreens and CVS that be in the little baskets.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you that the way that stuff lathered up, man, and I be smelling so good. My skin feels wonderful. Wonderful. I just wanted to share that with everybody.
That's a beautiful thing there, Rick.
Sure,
Thank
everybody's
you.
glad they know that now.
Out using Irish Spring and all this mess. That damn olive olay is not just for women.
Don't use Irish.
You
You
preaching
use
that,
Irish
dog.
Spring?
Huh?
You use Irish
I'm
Spring?
saying everybody else talking about
Oh.
Irish Spring and the men, the soap for men. I actually use this olive olay.
Yeah, that's good
Do we
stuff.
have
That
anybody
Irish Spring
that-
had you smelling like dryer sheets.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody that could attest to the way your skin feels with this soap, Ricky?
I got a chick. I got a couple of chicks you can call right now.
Okay, well,
They'll
we need
tell
to make
you.
some calls to Maria to see if that's real.
Maria, go ahead.
Why does that sound so creepy?
It don't sound creepy.
I'm talking about what Gary just said.
Yeah. What you want? What you trying to see?
Well,
Okay, this is my segment, and we're going to go into the news because there are some serious things. Really, there's some serious things happening. We want to send a lot of prayers out to Raleigh, North Carolina. One student has passed away, and another one is in the hospital after stabbing at a high school in Raleigh, North Carolina yesterday. A 14-year-old student at Southeast Raleigh High School has been charged with murder. Now, the teen's mother claims he was bullied at school before the incident. Officials canceled school for Tuesday, and grief counseling has been made available.
Sad.
Yeah, very sad. In other news, it may be time to mask up again. Nearly 1 in 10 new COVID-19 cases in the U.S. are from the BA.2.86 variant. Now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimated Monday that is nearly triple what the agency estimated the variant's prevalence was 2 weeks ago. All kind of mutations. So
Okay, what
make
kind
sure.
of what does that mean? The B what?
The BA 2.86. So there's a lot of different variants.
Is that stronger than
out
the
there.
original COVID?
I think it's just a variation. It's going to make you sick, and, folks are coming up testing positive for it. And, we are still technically in flu season.
God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lastly, did y'all spend a lot of money for the holiday weekend? $86.6 billion was spent.
Black Friday.
$86.6 billion,
Yeah, it was a lot of good sales.
Oh, yeah, there were a lot
If y'all
of good
looked up
sales.
on them damn tags was the same.
No, they wasn't. Now the
Look up-
Kaleidoscope hair products.
Oh.
You had that $7 deal. I saw that.
Come on now.
Uh-huh. So
I got some TVs and everything. Techie Tuesday, Beyonce put us up on game. What was on sale?
How much was the TV?
I had a $3.99 TV, a 75-inch.
Are you serious?
I'm
God.
absolutely
For $3.99?
serious. I sure did.
And it worked?
Yeah, absolutely. All you need is a sound bar with it. Show did. Go ahead, Maria. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so $221.8 billion is expected to be spent during the whole holiday season. I know I'm going to be contributing to that number. I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's happening in news. For more on these stories and other headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what you got in sports?
Real quick, man, the Philadelphia 76ers gave LeBron James the worst loss of his career yesterday. The Lakers lost 138-94. That is a 44-point beat down.
That's bad.
What kind of defense are you playing, Lakers? LeBron,
bad.
But LeBron did become.
They don't have Dwight Howard on the team no more?
No.
Who they got?
Obviously, nobody to play defense.
And then they got what's the name from the movie with Samuel L. Jackson? Something was wrong with the man Bones.
Oh.
The one with
about
Samuel
Anthony
Jackson.
Davis?
Yeah, Anthony Davis. Y'all, he be
Dr.
in the hospital
Glass.
all the time.
Talking about Dr. Glass.
Yeah, Dr. Glass.
Hey, real quick, man, there's a mystery out there on why former NBA great and former coach of the Golden State Warriors, Mark Jackson, still has not been able to get a second job in the NBA. Stephen A. Smith has some words about that.
But you got people who despised Mark Jackson, who would tell you Klay Thompson and Steph Curry may have never been what they ultimately became had it not been for Mark Jackson and the tutelage he provided and how it set the stage for Steve Kerr to piggyback off of and ultimately elevate not just the franchise, not just them, but himself to astronomical heights as a coach and a basketball mind in the game of basketball. And no shade on Steve Kerr whatsoever for another reason. The man was a champion before he got to Golden State.
Let me echo that.
They did the same thing to Tony Dungy when he was at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's a lot of coaches they get rid of him, and then after coaching built up a team, and then next thing you know they go to the Super Bowl. Stephen A. Smith is
Absolutely
correct.
right. No
Damn
disrespect
right.
to Steve Kerr because he's also an amazing coach, but that was Mark Jackson's team.
But let him take the Cyrus team and see if he could turn around and make them champion. Mark Jackson built that team, and we all know that.
That part right there.
Is Doc Rivers coaching again?
No.
I don't think he got a job yet. He ain't got a job
yet.
No, he ain't got a job yet.
But I know LeBron and them getting beat by 40 points. Some don't look right.
Come on, man.
About that was LeBron out there.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
LeBron and Anthony Davis was out there.
LeBron and Anthony Davis out there and they got beat by 40 points.
They had their street clothes on. I think that's why they lost. I think they didn't have their uniform.
What kind of shoes LeBron you probably had on?
Yeah, them square-toe gators.
What kind of shoes? What kind of pants Anthony Davis? What they was playing in?
Anthony Davis had on some Levi's. He had on some 501 Levi's, them real hard ones. You can't move real good in them Levi's. Long ass Levi's. Playing in street clothes. They were playing in church outfits.
Golly, 44
they got
points.
Beat by 40 points. What
the hell the Lakers were playing on roller skates?
What you think? What you think Anthony Davis and LeBron went through before the game to get them distracted to get beat by 40 points?
They probably both got saved. They must have went and got baptized or something. I don't know what they.
Brett, go ahead. I'm done.
Oh, man. Good. You know what? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get into it. Y'all, Tiffany Haddish addressed her DUI.
44 points. God.
You get me by 44 points and you LeBron James. We love LeBron James. Okay?
You an NBA team.
Was him and Anthony Davis handcuffed together?
Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Come on, Brett.
No, go ahead.
Brett, come on.
Oh, God.
If you say one more thing, I'm going to run out here. Come on, Brett.
Tiffany Haddish addressed her DUI arrest over the weekend while speaking with Entertainment Tonight on yesterday. She said she intends to get some help following the incident. She said, I'm going to get some help to learn balance. She also declared this will never happen again. Her arrest in Beverly Hills on Friday marked her second DUI arrest in 2 years. She was arrested on similar charges in Atlanta in January of 2022, having reportedly fallen asleep behind the wheel on both occasions.
They said
All right,
Tiffany
y'all.
Haddish was playing point guard for the Lakers.
Bye. No.